Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Showdown.
This team is going to take on the identity of this city. This city's been down, and it found a way to get up. All right, it's found a way to overcome adversity. All right, and so this team's going to be built on. We're going to kick you in the teeth. All right, and when you punch us back, we're going to smile at you, and when you knock us down, we're going to get up. And on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off. All right, and we're going to stand up, and then it's going to take 2 more shots to knock us down. And on the way up, we're going to take your other kneecap, and we're going to get up, and then it's going to take 3 shots to get us down. And when we do, we're going to take another hunk out of you. Before long, we're going to be the last one standing.
And they are the last one standing so far in the NFL, in the NFC season, either way. The Detroit Lions have overcome the Minnesota Vikings to take the number 1 seed in the NFC in the 2024 season. Welcome to 2025. I'm your boy OG Tim Wilson. I am here with the Outlaws, the super producer DJ Rob 45, and of course the graphic wizard Waze. Welcome to the Showdown, y'all. What's happening, fellas? What's going on? What's going on?
Much. Had a good New Year.
Yeah, I did too. I slept right through it. How about you, Wade?
Oh, not much at all. Just been chilling.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then football news. For the first time in 11 years, the Chicago Bears.
I don't know what happened on your side, bro, but you froze up on ours.
That was hilarious too, the timing. For the first time in 11 years.
The Chicago Bears beat the Green Bay Packers.
Damn. It's been that long for real?
Yes, 11 years.
Damn. They've been kicking y'all ass. I guess they did. I
Say
guess
it like
Aaron
this.
Rodgers did own y'all.
My mom was alive the last time the Bears beat the Packers.
Damn. That's been a minute.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Bears.
Yeah, well. Shout out to the Bears, I guess.
Yeah. Take it as it comes, right?
Yeah, if that's where you're going with it. First time in my lifetime, the Detroit Lions have the number 1 overall seed in the NFC.
Yeah.
That was a second good note.
First time in my life, like ever.
Wow. I never thought I'd see the day.
I won't say that I never thought I'd see the day, but I knew I'd have grandkids. I put it that way.
That's how I'm starting to feel about my Vikings when it comes to winning that Super Bowl.
I didn't know how old my grandkids would be, but I just knew I would have grandkids. My grandkids will see the Lions have a good have their day, because it wasn't coming for me. It didn't come for me. It wasn't coming for DeJohn, and I could tell. I said my grandkids are gonna see the Lions, and now that's all he knows. All he knows is the Lions is a good team. He don't know them as a bad team.
Right?
Yeah.
Never
He's
seen
lucky.
Yeah, he's never seen them be a bad team. It's like being born in San Francisco in the 80s. You didn't know that before that they wasn't shit.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully they've built something that's lasting. It seems that they've built something that can sustain.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, congratulations. It was a hell of a game. The first half was a struggle, and then the second half they just blew the doors off, man.
Yeah. Once you realize the Sam Darnold, first time in a prime time, not, I want to say prime time, but first time in a meaningful situation in the NFL, collapsed under the pressure.
I'm not going to put it on Sam Darnold.
Oh, no. The Vikings entirely collapsed, but Sam
I'm
Darnold's
ready.
performance in general, that showed me, oh, yeah. That reminded me, this is the first time he's been in a situation like this where there is so much on the line.
Nope. I'm not going to put nothing on Sam Darnold. I'm not going to put nothing on the fight. I'm going to give credit to that Detroit Lions defense. That's where I'm putting the credit. They put pressure on Sam Darnold all night long, more pressure than he's seen all year long. And yeah, Sam Darnold folded under pressure, but it's because of that Detroit Lions defense.
Okay.
Minus 13 people.
They got Anzalone back. He made a difference.
He did.
He did.
I mean, it goes to show if they were healthy, they would be running. It wouldn't even be fair.
No.
Because Anzalone came back one game, led the team in tackles. They said, how are they winning without this dude, the best right now, looking like the best player on their defense, but they somehow were sustaining without him.
Yeah.
Imagine if Hutch was to come back
Man.
and playing on the other side as Zadarius Smith, and you
Yeah.
would look at it and say, how are they winning without this dude? It's
And
a big hole.
there's a potential we could see that if they make it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but Dan Campbell tempered that today because, of course, once they saw Anzalone, people started going off on the deep end. Oh, we're gonna get Montgomery back. Oh, we're gonna get Hutch back. Oh, we're gonna get full back. We're gonna get everybody back.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, Dan Campbell tempered that today. He was like, you may see Demo. He said you might see Demo during the playoffs. We expect to see Demo back during the playoffs. He said, but don't expect to see Hutch. Hutch is. I'm going to remind everybody. Hutch had a season-ending injury. He's done. He's out.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's done. We won't. We would not. Don't expect to see him even in the Super Bowl. So I don't know if he's lowering the expectation to temper the thought process, temper the heat that's going around, or if he's throwing it up to throw his opponents off. So you're not expecting it. Then all of a sudden, here we are, and here he is. Or if he just knows something we don't know and realizes, wow, he's making progress. He's not making that kind of progress.
Yeah.
Right.
We will see him next year, and we ain't trying to hurt him. We ain't trying to put him at risk. We trying to have him for the long haul. So,
Which is smart.
we gonna have to do this without him. So I don't know what the motive is, but I know that's what Dan Campbell put out there today
Okay.
locally
And that's smart as a coach.
Yeah.
on all fronts. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
on all fronts. That said, meanwhile,
All right. Well, we got some NFL news. Did you guys have any, I guess, second week championship games last week?
I did.
How'd it go?
I was going to skip that one.
Not go well.
I was going to skip that one. I
It
thought we
did
were
not
just
go
gonna
well.
skip by
Can't
that one.
skip it. Can't skip it. Got to talk about it. Got to give Johnny the Mechanic his props. Jab won the blood sport championship. I mean, blew me out. I can't even blame the one mistake that I made. It wasn't, and I don't even take responsibility. I guess I have to take a little of it, but Chase Brown didn't play.
Mm-hmm.
And I had him in my lineup. I had been watching it, and I've been seeing he's had a cue. And I was like, I read it. It didn't look good. I was thinking I should go ahead and pull him and put somebody else in there just in case, because it doesn't look like he's going to play. What I'm reading doesn't sound good.
Right.
But I checked Saturday before the game, and he still had a cue. And I didn't have a chance to read it because I was busy Saturday. I had a lot going on, so I didn't read it to see. And I was thinking I should read it to see how it sounds. If it sounds like he's going to play, but I didn't read it. But it was a cue, and I said maybe he'll play. And so I left him in, and then I was occupied. I was doing something, and I was busy, and I was with Dejan, as a matter of fact, and Dejan went on his phone and came back and said, "Oh, dude, Chase Brown is not playing. Chase Brown is out." I mean, it was right before the game, and I was like, "It's too late now." So I played Chase Brown. He didn't play. I still was like, you know what? whatever. It is what it is. We gonna do what we got to do. Um, but that wasn't why I lost. So I don't want to. I'm kind of like what Rob was saying a little bit ago about not blaming the Vikings, but blaming but crediting the Lions. I'm not blaming me not putting Chase Brown in because uh, he just if he was in there, it wouldn't have helped. It would have helped, but it wouldn't have helped. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because Trey McBride just went freaking bananas. He had a few players that just went all the way off. So he won. He won big, and he earned it. And congratulations to SWG. They had they won quite a few of them. They almost. I think I could have got him, but they got us. So congratulations to SWG and Johnny the Mechanic and SWG for winning Bloodsport.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got that one.
Yeah.
But I would like to say to Acorn, who jumped right in and started bumping his gums
immediately. Holy crap.
with the bullshit. Oh, this clown, this fool gonna play Chase Brown. He didn't even play, blah, blah, blah. I whooped your ass 3 times the week before. Stay your sorry ass on the sideline and shut the hell up. Shut the hell up. STFU. Because you suck. All right? I played you 3 times in a previous week. Once to get to the championship, once for a championship, and once just for GP. General purposes, kicking your ass. So you ain't got shit to say to me.
I like a Drake stand right now.
All right. I had one this past week. Showdown Battle World. I finally ended up in the championship game in my own league, and Melvin was the one bumping his gums all season. I stayed quiet, and I just spanked him this past week to finish him out.
Yeah.
Good, because that's the league he been the most vocal in.
Oh my gosh, dude. I'm like, dude, chill out. Like,
I ain't
we
seen him
cool all,
talking.
but chill out with all that.
I ain't seen him talking in any other league but that one.
Yeah.
How he's dominating.
Yeah.
Everybody else in the league is stupid.
So, the boogeyman came around the corner real quick and had to remind him, even gods can fall.
Hey, Zeus got killed.
Damn. All right. Well, that.
On to some NFL news. And we got a lot of news this week? Kind of. Mostly coaching news. But we're going to save that for a little bit here. First up is Tyreek, after Miami's game, made it very clear he wants out of Miami.
Very clear. Crystal clear.
He said, I'm out.
Photoshopped his face on AB's on Anthony Brown's body. When AB was leaving. But what's flawed about that is AB has not played an NFL game since that day. So you better be careful. Watch your step, bro.
Right.
I think that's his way of saying, AB, this is how you should have done it.
I don't know. He quit on his team, man. He did the same thing Devondre Campbell did. So, but he's Tyreek Hill, so he'll get another shot, but he got to be careful.
Yep. And look what that meant him.
He got to be careful. He is taking on a persona of 2 losers.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn.
So he got to be careful, man. But you Tyreek, you gonna get another shot.
Oh yeah, he gonna end up over there in Oakland,
dude,
or in Las Vegas.
Watch your step. AB thought he was invincible too.
He's gonna end up with the Jets.
No, I can honestly see him going over to the Raiders. They'd make a move for him.
That sound like he's taking the path of AB.
Exactly.
It's his idol.
I'd rather go to the Jets. I'm sorry. I'm going to the Jets before the Raiders.
Nah, he better stay out of the Jets. Stay out of New York.
At least you got better opportunity for a better quarterback over with Oakland. Oh, I keep calling him Oakland with the Raiders. I'm not gonna call him by the city anymore.
You gonna get Shador. Is that really
Possibly.
better? No, you gonna get Shador.
From what I'm hearing, is Shador's stock has fallen, made him drop down to the second round.
They
Wow.
gonna always do that to black quarterbacks. I don't listen to that shit. They do that to black quarterbacks. They had Cam Newton in the second round.
Oh yeah,
They were talking about Jimmy Clausen should be the first overall pick. They always trying to push the black quarterbacks down, man. Look why that's why Lamar Jackson fell all of damn near to the second round because they were pushing him down too. And the Ravens were smart enough to jump back up into the first round and grab him. All the way at the end of the first round. He was headed to the second round.
Yep.
They always do that to black quarterbacks. I ain't listening to that shit. That's hate. That's hating. That is, and I'm gonna say it. That's white folks hating on the brothers. They do it all the time. They do it every year. Pay
I ain't
attention.
gonna lie. I'm pretty sure Shador is gonna go early in the first round.
I could see mid to late personally.
I'm going to withhold my judgment until we start seeing the scouting reports. We don't know
Yeah.
what's going to happen. We don't know what's going to happen until they start looking at these guys.
Yeah, that's true. Absolutely. So speaking about looking at guys, Mike Evans, tied up with Jerry Rice, 11 straight seasons with 1,000 yards,
Yeah,
with
That's
a very real possibility of breaking it next year.
and that's incredible. That's impressive.
Yeah.
You break a Jerry Rice record, that's impressive.
You break a Jerry
Most of
Rice
his-
record, you end up with a jacket.
Because most of his records are like untouchable.
Mm-hmm.
They're way out there.
Right.
So to even sniff one of them is impressive. But he's getting the gold jacket. There's no doubt. Mike Evans already in. I'm giving him. I'm hitting the gold button.
Over Ocho.
Over
Huh?
Ocho.
Over Ocho.
Yeah,
Okay.
Ocho ain't never did what Mike Evans has
I
done.
was just gonna say that Mike Evans did what most would consider impossible. That's
Ocho-
11 straight years.
And I don't want to say I don't want to
Without-
discount
without
Ocho.
a-
Ocho was good, but Ocho was short lived. I mean, he only had he for a couple seasons he was the man. He was must see TV, but no, he didn't put him up like this.
And Mike Evans actually did it most of the time without a top tier quarterback.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
I agree.
that's
with
true. Yeah, there's really no argument to really be had about Mike Evans in the Hall of Fame possibility. Numbers on its own speak a lot. And
yeah,
then you
he-
look at who helped him get those numbers, you're like, really?
That. Yeah, he's in. He's in for sure. What else going on?
Jerry Jones, the cancer of Dallas, refuses to let go of his GM role and hire an actual GM who could potentially do better for the organization.
You
Oh,
call that
Dallas.
news?
So Dallas will continue to lose.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you look around in the NFL, any other GM that's had this streak of bad decision making in general would have been gone by now.
This is news.
No, it's not really news. It's only news because it was just re-brought up because during an interview he was asked about it again.
Somebody gonna lose their job over asking him that.
What is news is with all the staff changing around over there in Cleveland, worst case scenario happens. Deshaun Watson is having a setback in his torn Achilles injury.
That's the worst possible scenario.
Oh yeah, it's the worst possible scenario because it's the easiest scenario to get him out of Cleveland.
That's the worst possible scenario for Deshaun Watson.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
That's what I'm saying
That's
for
the
him.
best possible scenario for the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, it's worst case scenario for Deshaun Watson. I agree 100%.
Yeah. He needs out. He's probably gonna be done.
Mhm.
I don't know that anyone is going to give him a chance after this. This was a terrible move for him. I don't know what it was. If it was really that you knew this was coming down the pike, and that's why you wanted out of Houston. But leaving Houston has turned out to be the worst thing that's ever happened to your career.
Even with all the money that Cleveland guaranteed you.
Worst thing to happen. And they took some of that back.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, worst thing that could have happened to you was leaving Houston. You was a star in Houston.
The worst thing could
Trash
happen.
ever since.
in my-
You've been trash ever since.
This a PG-13 show, so I'm gonna leave it like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Some things don't need to be brought back up.
Some places it should be off limits, and you cross those lines.
Now, we gotta touch on this coaching news. There's a lot of it. Well, first let's knock out the coaches that's been fired in the last few days here. You got New England get rid of Gerard Mayo.
That's sad. That really is sad.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't even been able to start a team.
No, he got a hand-me-down team. He hasn't been given an opportunity to actually build the team that fits his coaching.
I agree.
The Jags fired Doug Peterson.
He's happy.
Oh, I'm pretty sure.
Sure, he's happy about it. Glad to get out of there.
And the Raiders fired Antonio Pierce a few hours ago.
Wow.
Knew that was coming. Saw it
Yeah.
coming.
I think everybody is kind of obvious as coming.
Yeah. Liked him on the way in, but then after a while, he wore out. You could tell he had wore his welcome out.
Mm-hmm.
That's just another situation where, to me, it's sad to see because he didn't get a chance to build a full team.
I don't agree with that.
He had a chance to build something, and he didn't do anything.
I think he lost the locker room.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he lost. He lost. It started off like cool. He's a good leader, but he was a little too unapologetically tough guy.
Okay.
I mean, it's one thing to be tough, but have a little bit of give and take. Still be able to listen to your team, listen to your players, work with them, give them some leeway, let them have some personality. It's another thing to just be a micromanager and just be too tough about it or to overdo it. I kind of related to real life. I worked with a guy who was cool, but when they gave him a leadership role, he was a bit much.
Mm-hmm.
And he lost the team because it's like, okay, it's a bit much, nigga. Calm down. You ain't got to go that damn hard. We cool. Remember we were doing this job before you got that job.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And I think he was just a bit much, and I think he just lost that locker room. It was time.
Absolutely. Now with the firings, now there's the rumor mill going around. You got the call outs coming in or the requests for interviews going around the league. We're gonna save that one team for last of the teams that's talked about. They got so much going on. Rex Ryan is currently looking like the next likely Jets head coach.
Yep.
See
that? Wasn't he that coach before?
Yeah.
Yes, he was.
Well, he got him to the NFC champion. He got him to the AFC championship game too.
That's when the infamous butt fumble happened.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then right now the Patriots, the favorite for the Patriots is looking like Mike Vrabel.
What the hell is going on with Rob?
I don't know. Rob just like disappeared and then reappeared and then disappeared.
I hit too many buttons. I'm sorry.
But Mike Vrabel's looking like a favorite for the Patriots. But at the same time, not Oakland. I would imagine Las Vegas is going to put in a request to interview with him. And that other team has put a request in to interview with him as well.
With who? Vrabel?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And for those who don't know what other team he's talking about,
yes,
he's talking about the Chicago Bears.
Yes. Who so far has put in a request let me get this right. I got it all right written down here. With Brad Johnson, Mike
Ben
McCarthy.
Johnson.
Ben Johnson, my bad. Mike McCarthy,
No,
which
no,
was
no, no, no.
recently. Yeah, no,
Come on, let him
you're
finish.
gonna
Man.
shush
Let him
because
finish.
this is all by Ian Rappaport, a reportable source. Mike McCarthy, which was denied by the Cowboys, Mike Vrabel, Brian Flores, Arthur Smith, and half of the Walmart staff in New Jersey.
And also Aaron Glenn, you didn't mention.
And Aaron Glenn, yes.
Aaron Glenn and
Pete
there
Carroll.
has been Pete Carroll, and there has been talks of a possible trade for a coach.
What?
Get to it, man. This pregnant pause shit. I'm not gonna care. I'm gonna blow it up and keep going.
There's also been talks about a trade for a coach. One being Kevin O'Connell.
That's funny. Yeah, okay.
I'm saying there's been talks about a trade being put forth.
Guarantee you those talks are not outside of Bears fans.
So allegedly Ben Johnson is interviewing this weekend.
Yep.
While they have a bye week.
And I'm not sure if the rest have answered.
And actually, Ben Johnson is
And he froze.
Thank you for freezing.
actually the leading candidate right now.
Well, how is he going to be the leading candidate when he hasn't even interviewed yet?
See, I didn't freeze. You heard me.
I heard the last little bit when you sped through.
But no,
I thought he said it was in Canada.
no. Ben Johnson is actually the leading candidate for the job right now.
Ben Johnson is who they want. That's
Yeah.
what it is, and that we all get that.
I don't think they've
that's
actually completed any of the interviews yet that I'm aware of.
They completed an interview with him last year.
They need a new interview this year, bro.
Jared Goff today in an interview on 97.1 The Ticket in Detroit was asked about that. And Jared Goff said, what are you thinking about all these interviews? Because Chicago's not the only team that he's interviewing with this weekend.
Mm-mm.
He's all these interviews with Ben Johnson. And Jared Goff said, what have you heard? And they said, well, we heard that he's going to interview with Chicago, and there's a couple more teams. He's got 3 interviews this weekend. And Goff said, okay, well, I'm happy for him. He said he interviewed before though, didn't he? Didn't he interview last year? He was like, yeah. He said, okay, how'd that work out?
Mm-hmm.
That was the end of that conversation, and they moved on. So
I honestly don't see Ben Johnson moving on, or Glenn. I don't even see Brian Flores moving on.
Money could change everything. Money could change everything. So I don't know. We'll see how that plays out. But the thing is, there's no really great jobs out there right now.
No.
There's not there's the money can be good, but you got to be careful and know that all money ain't good money because I think the Patriots gonna come calling for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Calling that, and it's like that is seemingly a good job, but you're still living with the ghost of Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. The Bears is a mess as an organization. Jacksonville is a mess as an organization. Which job is better than the one you got?
Yeah.
Even though the money is better, the job isn't. So, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. He could go. It's not up to any of us. But and at the same time, he got to look out for his own future. But I would like to share this. So we canceled the What Up Though show, and I had some news for y'all.
Okay.
It was going to be awesome then because it was pregame news.
Okay.
It was news before the game that I couldn't give y'all because we didn't do the show. But this is a bit of news that a tad bit that I didn't know that was put into my ear leading into the big showdown on Sunday night. Ben Johnson was wide receiver coach for the Miami Dolphins. Then they hired this guy named Brian Flores as the head coach. Flores met with Ben Johnson, said, "We don't need no wide receiver coach. We won't need you here." Fired Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson then came to Detroit as an offensive advisor, the offensive advisor, moving on to tight ends coach, now offensive coordinator. As offensive coordinator, was facing off Sunday night against Brian Flores, the defensive coordinator for the Minnesota Vikings, the guy that fired me. You didn't need me. 3 years after he fired Ben Johnson, he was fired from Miami. And now here we are facing off your defense against my offense. Let's go.
That was personal. That was personal.
Tap it is.
It looked
Damn.
personal on the field.
It made it make sense. It makes it all make sense.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. It would have been nice to have that news to you ahead of time so you could have saw it, watched it the way I was watching it, because I was thinking it while I was watching, like Ben Johnson tearing his ass up.
Wow.
Tearing his ass up.
And did it with backups mostly.
Yeah. No, not really. Not on offense.
Well, not on offense.
Damn. That's actually pretty dope.
Yeah. Yeah. Moving
So-
on.
Did you know there are 3 teams in the NFL who has never once in the entire history of their organizations held the number 1 pick in the NFL draft?
Really?
Wow.
Yes. Can you guys take a guess at what one of the 3 are?
Green Bay Packers.
No, they've had a number 1 pick.
Oh.
San Francisco 49ers.
No.
Wow.
The Chicago. Oh, no. Minnesota Vikings.
No, we've had one as well.
Damn. Who? Let's see.
There's only one
Philadelphia-
NFC team.
Philadelphia Eagles.
No.
Washington Redskins.
Holy shit. No. I didn't even know you were frozen. That came in hot, fast. I was like, this is not a timed event.
Dallas Cowboys.
No. The NFC team has a bird as its logo.
Arizona Cardinals. Oh, no, they had it.
Seahawks.
Correct. The Seahawks.
The Seattle Seahawks never had the number 1 pick.
They've never had the first overall pick.
Wow. That's interesting. And you said the others are in the AFC?
Both of the others are in the AFC. One,
Baltimore Ravens.
that is one of them.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
No, they've had one.
Ooh. The Denver Broncos.
That's the third one.
Ooh.
Wow.
The Seahawks, Ravens, and Broncos have never once had the first overall pick in the NFL draft.
Wow. That's actually pretty good. That's pretty
Yeah.
interesting.
That's something to be proud of for those franchises.
I agree with that.
I do have to throw one little tidbit out there. We don't really have to talk about it. It's just my opinion on something. The Chiefs cheated the Bengals when they played against the Broncos this past week. Now we can move on.
No, they didn't. No, they did not.
I'm pretty sure they had practice squad. A few guys from the gas
Oh,
station down the
for-
street.
For everybody who don't know what Wade is talking about, he's saying that the Chiefs tanked so the Bengals didn't make it to the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure half of their coaching
Don't
staff was
wanna
on the
face
field.
the Bengals.
Pretty sure half of their coaching staff was in uniform.
Don't matter. Guess what? That's what happened in the last game of the season. Teams rest their players for the playoffs.
Especially when they hurt.
Hold up. No, because they took care of business all season, like the Cincinnati Bengals didn't. So you took care of your business all season. You don't have to worry about what somebody else is doing on the last week. All you got to do is worry about yourself. So that it's on you. So be it. It ain't no they ain't get cheated. They just didn't handle their business till it was too late.
I'm pretty sure everyone in the AFC was terrified to see what happens if the Bengals made it into the playoffs right there. I'm pretty sure every single one of those playoff teams are like, ooh, I don't know.
What team in the AFC is really worried about the Bengals defense?
The Bengals defense ain't what you got to be worried about. It's the fact that that offense is going to smoke you no matter how you do it.
If my offense is better than your offense, what do I have to worry about if your defense can't stop my offense?
What offense is better than the Bengals offense right now?
The Ravens.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah. The Chargers.
The Bills.
Hell, the Chiefs.
Anybody worried about the Bengals? They should have handled their business and they'd be in.
Yeah, no, I agree. It was a shame to see that go down though, because
It was not a shame. I
honestly thought they're going to get red hot during the playoffs.
I was more impressed with the Broncos than I was ashamed of anything.
You got to get to the playoffs before you can be worried about somebody in the playoffs.
All right.
That made no sense whatsoever.
That's why I'm like, all right, let's move on.
Let's move on.
I'm
like Jim Moore talking about.
We'll have a little more playoff talk this little later on in the show here. But first, I've got the updated draft order for you guys.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you guys your updated top 10 picks.
Good. Let's hear it.
We got the Titans at number 1, the Browns at number 2, Giants at 3, Patriots, then Jags at 5, Raiders at 6, Jets at 7, Panthers at 8, Saints at 9, and Bears at 10.
Bears with another top 10 pick.
Yeah.
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 Notice how you said Bears with another top 10 pick, but you didn't say the Panthers with another top 10 pick.
Because who cares about the Panthers here?
Right.
So in other words, what you're saying is you want to acknowledge that the Bears and the Panthers are in the same conversation. That's what you want to acknowledge right now.
Is that really the last 3 years?
Is that really what we want? Is that really what you want us to go the rabbit hole we want to go down?
Did you just say really the last 3 years as if you weren't holding the Panthers' hand those last 3 years in the top 5?
Didn't the Panthers trade their whole draft to you last year? Jeez. And you still in that conversation?
We'll be out of that conversation this year. It started with beating the Packers on Sunday.
Okay.
That's fair, I guess. We'll call it fair.
The Packers pulled a Kansas City Chiefs. They tanked. They beat the Packers. They beat the Packers.
Hey, just don't play Jordan Love or Christian Watson this week.
Yeah, that's all that was. Is coach said, "Hey, Jordan, go take a fall, say, my elbow," and then come kick it on the sideline.
Yeah, that wasn't taking a dive.
Yep, that's pretty much it.
That wasn't taking a dive.
They took a dive.
That wasn't Sonny Liston against Muhammad Ali.
They took a dive. What was they playing for? What did they have to play for? Think about it. What did the Packers have on the line? Nothing.
Now think about what they could get out of this. If you want to have the toughest division in football, you need all 4 teams to be tough. So they did their part by giving the Bears a little more confidence going into next season.
That's what y'all say.
They tanked. I mean, I didn't expect the Packers. If we would have picked that game, I would have picked the Bears.
I did pick the Bears.
I would have picked the Bears if we were picking that game. If we'd have picked that game, because they what they playing for? They gonna rest. They chilling.
But the Bears did beat the Packers, and it has been a very long time. So no matter what, that's a record that can't be taken away.
The Bears
Yeah.
beat the Packers.
All right. All right, let's move on.
That's all I heard.
All I know is they should have lost because that dropped them down to the 10th pick. They need, but then again,
We was gonna have the 10th pick anyways.
and Green Bay was in the playoffs anyway. So anyway,
We had the 10th pick before that game.
Green Bay was in the playoffs. If they would have lost, they probably would have dropped down. They probably would have got a higher pick.
Yeah.
They could have moved up. That's my point. If they would have lost, they could have moved up in the draft.
Didn't need to move up.
Yeah, you right.
Because right where we at.
You right. They blew. They can't get a first pick right. Leave alone a 10th. Wait.
I know they should have picked Jayden Daniels. I told y'all that at the beginning of the year, during the draft.
You ain't tell us that 3 weeks ago when you thought when they was. You ain't tell us that when they was 4-2.
Hey, but quiet as it's kept though, Caleb Williams has had one of the best rookie seasons
In Bears history. Yeah. Wait.
Yeah.
Bears
What's next?
He only threw 6 interceptions the whole year.
What's next?
All right. So are
We
there
ain't got to
any
sit in a rabbit hole of a 5-12 team.
do you guys have any highlights you can reflect on for this past regular season?
Oh,
Caleb
yeah.
Williams only
Yeah.
threw 6 interceptions for the whole year.
All right, yeah, never mind. All right, so moving on. Heavy hitters. All right, for real though. Yeah, no, heavy hitters is up next.
All right. Hold on, I wasn't ready for heavy hitters.
Damn.
Yeah.
2 seconds, right here.
That's like
Let's see. Hitters, quarterbacks, week 18.
yes.
Oh, wow. Wow.
All right, you want to share?
Bryce Young,
Mm-hmm.
Bo Nix,
Mm-hmm.
and Justin Herbert.
Mm.
Quarterback, heavy hitters for this week.
Interesting.
So Bryce Young making his first playoff appearance.
What?
Huh?
Not Bryce Young, Bo Nix. I mean,
I was like, what? Wait, did I miss some?
I meant Bo Nix. For running backs, Jameer Gibbs, Bijan Robinson, and Derrick Henry.
Fairly usual suspects in the running backs, but a whole new ball game in the quarterbacks.
Man,
Yeah.
what? Except for Justin Herbert. He has hit the heavy hitters a few times in the last couple of years.
Yeah, that's true.
But Bryce Young and Bo Nix, Bryce Young is the most surprising one.
Bryce Young just took a little bit while to catch up. It took him a little while to catch up to what OG and I saw him at before the season began. That's all that was. He was a
Okay.
late bloomer. That's all.
For receivers, Drake London, Quentin Johnston, and Jacoby Myers.
Not your usual suspects for receivers.
No.
That means that the usual suspects were getting rested for the playoffs.
Yeah.
And there's two usual suspects for the tight ends. Pat Fryermuth, Trey McBride, and Jonnu Smith.
Okay.
Yeah.
Usual suspects being Pat Fryermuth and Trey McBride.
Well, no, I guess Jonnu hasn't been. He's hit. He's shown up like maybe twice,
Maybe once.
Yeah, here and there.
which is interesting. Because I got our top 5 players per position by fantasy points this season.
Okay.
Number 1, and This is just averaged, I guess, according to just normal default settings.
Yeah,
Uh,
they probably pick their own league, but
right.
their own
So,
platform. Their own platform. I mean,
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. You got Lamar Jackson at 1, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, then Jaden Daniels, and then Baker Mayfield.
okay, I can
Yeah,
see that.
Baker balled out this.
Mm-hmm. At running back, we got Saquon, King Henry, Jameer Gibbs, Bijan Robinson, and Devon A-Chain.
Fair enough.
Wide receiver gets a little more interesting.
No surprises on this list so far.
Not yet, no. It gets a little more interesting when we get to these next two positions. Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Amon-Ra St. Brown, top 3 usual suspects. Then we got Brian Thomas. And then a guy who has not played football since what, week 10, 11, CD Lamb
Oh, okay.
at number 5. And then for tight end, we got Brock Bowers at 1, George Kittle, then Trey McBride. And then we got Jonnu Smith pulling in number 4
Wow.
with Travis Kelce at 5.
Wow. Okay. A little bit of mix up there at tight end, but for the most part, no, not many surprises
No.
at list at all.
The only real surprise I guess because I'm taking into account the last, I don't know what, 6-7 weeks, I was expecting Joe Burrow to be 1 or 2 instead of 3.
I'm not surprised he's 3. I mean,
And-
top 5. That's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I expected Alvin Kamara over A-Chain.
Right? That would have been, yeah, that. But total points wise, I guess AJ had him beat.
Okay. All right. 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 All right.
All right, which leaves us with one final thing for the night. Let's talk about these playoffs.
Let's talk about these playoffs, shall we?
Yeah. So, first up, we got our first game of the week here. We got the Chargers going over to the Texans.
Hmm. Who's on? Me?
I'm gonna go Texans.
I'm going with the Chargers.
I'm going with the Chargers as well.
Harbaugh ain't going out like that.
No, not round 1.
They should get mad.
Next up, we got Pittsburgh. This is Saturday night. Pittsburgh at Baltimore.
Baltimore.
Oh. I'm
Baltimore.
gonna go Pittsburgh.
Ooh. I don't know. Pittsburgh's been I don't know if they lost their groove or what, but it's been tough. So I'm gonna go with Baltimore on this one. Our Sunday morning or afternoon, we got Denver at Buffalo.
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 Yeah, Bills should be pretty much unanimous. Next up, we got the Packers at the Eagles.
Eagles.
I'm gonna go with the Packers.
Bears, man.
What's up?
They just got beat by the Bears, man.
Mm.
They'll pick the Eagles from the dude to them.
I don't know because the Packers are actually playing their first string now.
Oh, what a burn.
They were playing the first string that day. Not my fault they all got hurt.
Next.
We got the Commanders at the Bucks.
Ooh, that's the best game in the first round right there, probably.
I'm gonna go Commanders.
I'm gonna go with the Bucks.
I'm gonna go with the Commanders.
Commanders been a popular pick.
Yeah,
That's why I'm going with the Bucks.
I don't think Jaden Daniels is gonna respond to the pressure of the playoffs. I'm not gonna say he's not gonna
Shake
buckle.
and
I don't
bake,
think,
baby. Shake and bake.
but I don't think he's gonna respond to the pressure of it. We
Gonna
got
respond It's just not in the way everybody hopes he does.
I think.
Hey,
I don't think he's going to do great. I don't think he's going to do bad. I think he's just going to do good.
Nah.
shake and bake, baby. Nah, you going for him? You picked him too.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think he's gonna respond. He's gonna step up to the plate.
Get him out of here.
The final game of the wild card week, we got Minnesota at the Rams.
Another toughie. No, that might be the game. That's the two best games right there. This is gonna be a doozy. I'm picking the Rams.
I'm picking the Rams too.
I honestly, I am kind of drawn on this because what I saw from Sam Darnold didn't make me feel good about him in the playoffs. As soon as I saw how he reacts to not even just the pressure from the opposing team, but just the pressure from the moment, his very first pass, he didn't have anyone in his face. He was 20 yards off.
So who you picking?
Fudge.
I don't know.
I'm going to go with the Vikings. I'm going to go with my heart over my mind.
He dragged that out way too long.
No, because I was legitimately considering it. I was legitimately considering it because this is
the first word that came out your mouth should have been, "I'm going with the Vikings." Period.
Period. You know that? Trying to make it out. Trying to be all this drama.
I didn't know.
We already knew. We knew.
All right.
Talking about he's objective. No.
Life back to reality.
All right, that's all I got for you guys tonight.
That's a wrap.
That is a wrap.
All right. Well, I appreciate it, man. We want to thank y'all for joining us for the Showdown. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel and like what you see if you like what you see. I'm your boy OG Tim Wilson on behalf of the Outlaws, the Graphic Wizard Ways, and the super producer Rob 45. This has been the Showdown. I'm gonna take you out a little different tonight. So I don't know if you have peeped it yet or not, but Ness from P. Diddy's show Making a Band, MTV. Wasn't that MTV, that show?
Yep.
And Ness was kind of like, at the time, he was kind of like the big guy on campus. None of them really took off, but Ness is the only one that's really been staying in the spotlight since the show, doing freestyles here and there, doing a lot of rap competitions and rap battles and stuff. And I don't know if you saw his latest freestyle. Have you seen it?
No.
It's going with Kevin Cosmo Kev.
Bootleg Kev?
It's fire. It's fire, but it's long. And I didn't want to put all 5 minutes on here. So I cut to the middle because it does two different beats. Okay. So he raps over one beat, and that beat goes off. So the DJ scratches in another beat, and he flips to the next beat for the second half of the freestyle. So I flipped to the second half I called it at the second beat as he flipped to the second beat and does the second half of the freestyle. And we're going to check that out real quick. But trust me, it's worth going to YouTube and hearing the first half too, because he kills it from the get to go. We want to thank y'all again for joining us. I'm your boy OG Tim Wilson with the boy DJ Rob 45 and the Graphic Wizard Ways. This has been the Showdown. See y'all next time, and we out of here. Peace.
Now that's enough. Stop talking about Puff. Cause y'all ain't turning up until y'all seen the handcuffs. Y'all mad cause he filthy rich or mad cause he sus, and only God can judge him for what he did to us. And all the victims like, look but don't touch. And all the higher ups want his empire crush. You know the feds was coming, it sound like a fire truck, and now Diddy hope Cassie get hit by a bus. What? Shots fired, man down. This a robbery, be cool, put your hands down. If you was ever on the fence, you a fan now. I stood my ground and made my own way. Like my man Brown, you play or you get played. You pay for you get sprayed. When I was broke, I had to cut the coke with a switchblade. I've been on my shit, I swear, since the 5th grade. I made a long way from small rooms to the big stage. But they ain't tryna hear me at this big age. The gatekeepers don't put no food in my rib cage. It's caviar for breakfast. If you don't know, that's fish eggs. All we ever did was get fly and try get laid. But I let y'all masquerade as a tough guy. They tell me turn down for what? I'm sitting up high. You can't throw dirt on my name or slang mud pies. I shoot the O out the Ohio State Buckeyes. You dudes just shoot with no aim. That's a rush job. I got a whole firing squad. It's me +5. All my chicks is BBW. Yeah, they plus size and shorty don't work nowhere, but got a butt job. I'm pushing weight. Got the chef and they cooking steak. You see me with my chicks, they pushing P. Yeah, I'm looking straight. Before I leave here, it's some things that I put in place. I made some mistakes over money that I shouldn't chase. But wait, the price is right and the dope is better. I supplied Tariq St. Patrick for a whole semester. I hit her with the sham god, then the bone collector. It's to the point I'm starting to sound like a broken record. We be at this all night, I could go forever. In real time with no auto-tune or no compressor. Parole board ain't let me out until I wrote a letter. Now I'm the man of the house and the soul protector. Say your strength is mental, I'm on a different wavelength. Trapping like it don't make no sense, but it pay the rent. And that's for president, I'll make America great again. Last night I put an M80 in the ATM. If you ain't saying nothing about paper, it's just paper thin. Every other night we beg Spike. Can we make a film? Penthouse suite with the pool. Go ahead, take a swim. My uncle got 5 years left. He was facing 10. But honestly, I think the haters were reminding me. I got into this industry to balance the economy. They took me for a joke. Nah, I'm not the king of comedy. But one thing I learned is quality over quantity. Illuminati with my mind, soul, and body. Got a black belt going crazy, I don't know karate. Like walking through my neighborhood, you better know somebody. Like, damn, that's a dead body, that's not photocopy. Hit the gym cause we ain't messing with Ozempic. We've been hotboxing way before it was invented. The homicide detective's looking for my lieutenant cause he always take his burner with him, would he do business? Let's